Well, g'day and welcome to quarantine time. Drive time doesn't end because I don't leave the house. And yes, I'm growing a quarantine beard, except my wife and kids just told me I need to shave it off. So it's like, oh, well, there you go. Today I want to chat about communication in these times of chaos and crises. The virus itself is taking on a life of its own, and none of us really knows much about that. What I do know about is business, though, and I know during a downturn, this being my fourth ever downturn through business, everyone has to change and pivot. And one of the things that has to change and is very clearly your communication strategy. How you communicate in this time will determine a lot of the success or failure of the business. How you communicate in this time will determine how well your people respond, how well your customers respond. How you react to the market and how you communicate is going to be vital for right now. So I got 6 things I want to go through that I think you should be looking at in your communication. Number one thing is very important is there's got to be a lot more communication. If you're used to communicating with your team once a week, it should go to once a day. If you're used to it once a month, it should still go to once a day. Communicating with your human beings in your organization should be more and more and more often right now. I'm on my CEOs of my companies I used to be on with monthly are now on with weekly. You know, my team that I used to speak to once a week, I now speak to every single day. These are the things that I think you've got to understand, whether it's a text or whether it's an email or, oh, thanks for typing in where you're at, gang. And I know most of the world's on lockdown. We're at the end of our second week here in Vegas. And yes, the sanity of the homeschooling and running the companies virtually, sanity is diminishing quite vividly. Just some good news for you though. I am about 2 or 3 days away from releasing my 10 video program of how to survive coronavirus, which will be free. I'm actually here in my home office and you'll see my makeshift studio, my camera thing and all the stuff here. But yes, so we're creating right here and right now. As you can tell, I am working from home because there's my 2-year-old daughter walking into the thing. Hi, Riley. Can you go and see Mummy for a minute? Where's Mummy? All right, you go see Mummy. Do you want to come and say hi to everybody now that you're here? Come and say hi. Anyway, let's get back to the communication thing. Come and say hi, please. Riley's turn? Oh, we'll turn the lights on in a minute. Come around here, though. So, yes, doing more communication. It's live. What are you going to do? This is Riley. Say hi to everybody. You say hi. You going to say anything? All right, you go and see Mommy. Yeah, you go and see Mommy. Anyway, more and more communication is an absolute must. The second one is you've got to be using video these days. Because you can't see people face to face, because you can't actually get in front of people, you've got to be using video more often. Live as much as you can, but video is a definite thing. Oh, thank you, sweetie. Please go see Mommy. Well, where's Kobe? Can you find Kobe? Okay, go find her for me. Ask Kobe. What are you going to do? Of course, the one time for today that she walks into my office is when I'm doing this for you. So anyway, video is the biggest thing right now because you need that self-expression. You need people to see who you are and you need people to get that. Your employees, your customers, they need video. That was, it's just an absolute essential right now. Next, the third point is be positive but be real. Don't sugarcoat this thing. It's an awful situation. It's awful. It's not great. But if we stick together, we can survive through this and thrive through this. As long as we stick together as business people and we stay positive, and your coach and the other clients that your coach works with, make sure that you as a business person stay positive, but stay real. It is real. It's a massive thing. This is not something we're going to be over in a week or a day. This is something that's going to take weeks, maybe even months to get through, Next one, give people something to focus on. Don't give them nothing to focus on. Give them something to focus on. Always in your communication, give them something to look at, something to do, something to see, something to follow, something to, there must be a focus to each communication piece. Like this one is communication. Yesterday it was about leadership. The day before that was about management. I'm trying to pick one subject to give everyone something they can focus in on and go, okay, if I fix my communication, then I know I'm moving through this thing. My survival rate will be higher if I get my communication right. Next one is technology. You've got to get good at technology right now. The faster you can do it, if it means getting your teenagers to show you, if it means studying all night, get good at technology. You just have to get good at technology in this day and age. For me, I'm using everything off my phone at this point in time. It's just going to have to be the case because that's really what we need to do. So make certain you get the technology you can. And last but not least, during a crisis time, the little things matter more than they ever have before. The sending of birthday notes, the doing a little calling people for their birthday, sending, buying a cake, even though you can't be with them, buying a cake and blowing out the candles for them or doing something. But the virtualness of life means the little tiny things, the sending of cards, the handwritten notes. We just had our kids write handwritten notes to their great grandpa, and just things like that you can do that mean a lot to people. Postcards, if you've got them, buy postcards from your local neighborhood store and send them to people during this time so they've got something to look forward to in their mailbox. Do it for your customers, do it for whomever, but those little things are going to matter a lot. Up your communication levels, much more, many more videos. Keep it out there. Take care, gang. Bye for now.